How to make a guy jealous. 10 ways to make him want you badly. Okay, so if you're in the game of wanting to make a particular guy jealous, there are likely 3 plausible reasons for that. Let's see if I'm getting warm. Reason 1, it's your ex-boyfriend and you're desperately trying to show him the gem he lost upon leaving you by having some flirty fun time. Reason 2, you're in a relationship but there's this constant feeling of being taken for granted and you need him to see that it's not going to fly and that you're perfectly capable of getting any dude you want, should the need arise. And finally, reason 3, you're crushing hard on this hot guy around the block and you want to see if the feeling is perhaps reciprocated by making him jealous and seeing his reaction to your flirt session with another guy. Whichever one it is, make sure to know exactly what your end goal is and don't break any unwritten rules in the meantime. But mostly, just have fun and flirt your ass off. All of the instances above are legit reasons to engage in some innocent flirting, so flaunt your gorgeous assets to get the reaction and ultimate result that you're after. Sometimes, all that guys need is a little reality check and a wake-up call to shake the ground for a bit. If it's your boyfriend, maybe it's time to let him see a girl like you doesn't just fall from the sky and it's time to show him how you expect to be treated. And it never hurts to show your ex-boyfriend what a huge loss dumping you was. A breakup sucks, but there are ways to make an ex jealous that will bring you some much-needed fun after your heartbreak. Ready to have some fun? The great thing here is that there are copious ways to make a guy jealous and have your fun in the sun without harming your mental health or hurting anyone in the process other than his ego. You can use social media to your advantage or use his guy friends in a clever yet completely harmless way. There's texting, which I'll elaborate on in later parts, using Snapchat, and befriending his best friend to play mind games with him. And there are a bunch of other little things that will increase your self-esteem while helping you see what a guy wants just to cleverly use them against him. You can hurt his ego by changing your plans last minute and make sure your boyfriend feels what it's like when the roles are reversed. Change your haircut into his favorite style after the breakup, which he won't admit is a big deal, but trust me, it will be. If your goal is to make your boyfriend jealous to see that you're not to be messed with, I've got you covered. If you want to find your best self while making your ex jealous, there's plenty of options there too. And if you want to start dating a guy you've had your eye on for quite some time, there are surefire ways to accomplish that too. Making a guy jealous can be super fun, as long as you follow the rules of the game and don't break your own heart in the process. A lot of guys just need a little reminder of the kind of woman they're dealing with and you're about to serve him just that. And this is how you're going to do that. Browse through these incredible ideas and find those that work best with your plan and current situation. Do exactly as you're instructed and you'll be getting yours in no time. And if you don't, at least you'll know the guy is honestly not worth the bother. You win either way. Now let's get cracking. 1. Look like $1 million. What's the best way to make any guy jealous? By looking like a freaking goddess. And that's exactly what you're going to do. And the best part? You're going to feel like the queen of the world while doing what you intended, making him jealous to the bone. 2. Have a girls' night and celebrate life. For 1 second, forget all about trying to make him jealous. This is going to do the trick, but it's also vital that you have some fun and pamper yourself. Get your girls and organize a girls' night. Buy copious amounts of wine and start the party at your place. Get ready together while blasting Beyoncé and sipping rosé. Talk, laugh, dance and enjoy spending time with each other because you deserve it. If he calls or sends you a text message, just let him know you're not available because you're too busy having the time of your life with the girls. 3. Impress his guy friends, but don't go out of your way in doing so. Whenever you're around his guy friends, or accidentally run into them, act as if bumping into them was the most amazing casual collision of the day. Be chatty but listen, ask about how they're doing, without asking about the guy, and share a few genuine laughs if the situation feels appropriate. And when his friends tell him about how awesome it was seeing you, and how fantastic you looked, he's going to feel jealous whether he likes it or not. Make sure you've left the best impression on him while being your best self and you'll have made a great thing out of an accidental meeting. Guys care about what their other guy friends think, especially about chicks. That's just how they're wired. 4. Have an air of mystery about yourself. The less you tell a guy, the more he's drawn to you. Keep that in mind. And in lieu of that, stop sharing much of your life with him and start keeping an air of mystery around you. When he asks you something, answer him but don't overshare. He doesn't need to know every single detail that goes on in your head, and when you start seeing how denying him information is going to make him stick to you like glue, you'll win the jackpot of relationships. Guys think they don't care about every single thing you have going on, girly stuff and whatnot, but once you actually start listening to him and don't bother him with much info, he'll turn into a jealous dude. 5. Casually mention your ex in his presence. If there's one thing guys absolutely hate, it's hearing about your ex. They don't care about him, they don't have time to hear about him, and they get irrationally jealous the more his name keeps popping up. So start slipping his name randomly into conversations with him, regardless of you being in a group or one-on-one. It'll bug the shit out of him either way. If you're having a conversation and you're reminded of your ex in any way, maybe he was in the same line of business that's being discussed or he lives in the neighborhood you're at, don't shy away from mentioning it. Be totally casual about it, as if it's just some random guy, and keep talking as if nothing happened. 6. Have fun with your guy friends. You're probably going to run into him now and then, especially if you run in the same crew. The next time you're at a party and you're with your guy friends, make sure he sees you. And then, turn up the heat a bit. Flirt, flaunt what your mama gave you, and laugh like they're the funniest dudes you've ever met. He needs to see you having a blast with other guys. That shit makes them jealous faster than you can snap your fingers. You're laughing, hugging and being your flirty self with other guys, are you kidding me? He won't be able to stand that shit. 7. Be unavailable, no answering texts or calls. I know that the first thing you'll want to do when you see his name light up your screen will be answering right away. But that would be a grave mistake. You need to let him know that you don't depend on him. You're a self-made woman who is perfectly capable of being by herself if that's what needs to happen. He can call you or text you, but you have to be unavailable for a bit to let him realize you're not here to jump at his request. Make him sweat. Make him see he's not all that. And when you finally decide to pick up the phone and answer him, act as if it's the most normal thing ever. And when you meet up, don't even mention it, and if he does, totally brush it off. You were busy, you didn't see your phone, or your girl was around. He'll get the picture. 8. Start hanging out with somebody completely different from him. Find somebody who is his complete opposite. Let's say the guy you're trying to make jealous is dark-skinned with dark hair, has a weird sense of humor, and is into football. Your goal is to find a guy who doesn't resemble any of that. A guy with light hair, who's into movies and basketball, and who has a very laid-back sense of humor. Both physically and emotionally, this guy is nothing like your desired dude. He's going to start thinking you've completely changed your type and start panicking and wondering if he's got a shot with you at all now. He might even start making some changes in his appearance in order to please you, and all that because he saw you hanging out with a totally different type of dude. 9. Use social media to remind him of your adventurous spirit. He's probably watching your every move on social media, we're all guilty of that at some point, so take advantage of his watchful eye. Post carefully chosen photos that will make him go, wow, upon seeing what you're up to. Whichever adventure you go on next, capture it along with a selfie or two while looking your glowing best. Build your spirit up, engage in some much-needed activities with the people you cherish, and do things that make you feel at one with nature. Forget all about your quest to make him jealous and focus on yourself for a second. In all the fuss, you keep forgetting that you matter as well. Your emotional and physical health are your number one priorities. Do whatever it takes to remind yourself of that and be your own best friend. Find comfort in the fact that he'll likely see how rejuvenated, refreshed and damn joyful you look in all your photos, and know that he'll be jealous while you're healing your heart. 10. Go on vacation with your girls, not him. Your next few days off, or whenever works for all of your girls, plan a girls' trip somewhere where you'll forget all about your problems and soak in some much-needed sun, fresh air and positivity. Let him know about your little trip and act as excited as you probably are. He'll feel jealous that he didn't make the cut and that he wasn't your first choice for a fun getaway. He'll go out of his mind imagining all the hot guys you'll probably encounter and flip out internally at the thought of some almost naked dude flirting with you and making a move. And that's exactly what you want, right? Clearly, if you're involved, you won't cheat or anything, but you'll be far away from his sight, and God knows what will go on in his mind. You'll see once you get back how overprotective he will be of you. You'll feel his presence in your life more. Final thoughts. Finding, maintaining and preserving a healthy, committed relationship is a task to behold these days. Guys take girls for granted and expect to be treated like kings while treating them like they're commodities. And I believe it's time to knock some sense into guys everywhere and let them know we're not here to serve them, and we're certainly not here to put up with their questionable actions. If he wants you, he best believe he's going to have to make an effort to win you over and keep proving his loyalty. If not, there are plenty of ways to make him jealous and make him see your worth the hard way. If he's not willing to put in the work, then he's not going to get the privilege of loving you. Luckily, some guys are worth the bother, and once you teach them a lesson, they learn it and absorb it. And this is for them. Browse through these innovative suggestions again and see how far you're willing to go to give him a reality check. I promise that this is your best shot at getting him to commit and see you for all that you are. This is a journey of self-exploration toward finding your best self while incidentally making your guy see you and treat you like the queen you are. Thanks for watching this video. Have you got value out of this video? Please like and subscribe. Please comment below if you have any question, I will try to help you. I have made special book for you, which is having phrases every guy want to hear at least once from a woman. Download free it from link in description.